Welcome to the regular meeting of the Addison Township Planning Commission. It's January the 9th, 2018, and it is 6:06, and we will start the Pledge of Allegiance under the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay. Whoops, excuse me.
You gonna have a roll call? Go ahead. No problem.
Okay, Chair, Lawrence Smith.
Yep.
Vice Chair, Gene Lewert.
Here.
Secretary Benz, here. Linda Garrett, absent. Jean Malaya.
Here.
Chuck Sargent, absent. And Joe Schneer, absent.
Very good. We have a quorum. We'll proceed. Does anybody have any announcements or correspondence that need to be taken care of before the meeting? Hearing none, we'll proceed with the order of business. We need to approve the agenda to go with that. I have no reason to change the agenda. Does anyone on the board have any reason they think it should be changed?
No, I move we approve it as it is.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We approve the agenda as printed. And discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We will proceed with the order of business as printed. Item number 1, approval of the November 14, 2017 meeting minutes. If you need a few minutes, you can speak your piece if something needs changing. If not, we'll be ready for a motion. Hearing no conversation, how about a motion?
I move we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We accept the minutes as printed. And discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes become a matter of record. Item number 2. Site plan application for Oakland County Parks, Addison Oaks. Parcel ID 0533200001. Zoning, recreational. Site location address 1480 West Romeo Road. We've all seen our package, what's going on, and I think we understand it to a point, but Mr. Bowman, would you proceed and...
Thank you, Chairman Smith. We have before us, I believe, this evening a representative from Oakland County Parks. We'll give that representative an opportunity when he's ready to present the site plan, and we'll perhaps have questions for him. I would ask during his presentation that he particularly address the 6 items contained in the January 2nd, 2018 PEA review. Does that sound familiar?
On what page would you?
The last page, second to last page has 6 items that we want to address.
Okay.
Those may have been addressed. If so, please.
Sure.
Thank you. If you will then, Mr. Chairman, would ask the representative to present his site plan.
If you're ready, would you please, sir? Tell us who you are and proceed.
My name is Mike Donnelly. I'm with Oakland County Parks and Recreation. I am the Chief of Park Facilities Maintenance and Development. I'm also a landscape architect by trade. I've been project manager for quite a few years with Oakland County Parks. And this particular site is a replacement project for an existing boathouse rental facility. If you've experienced the parks in that area over there where we rent the boats on Buell Lake, you'll know that the existing rental facility is basically a shed that was constructed way before I came on board. It needs replacement. And we also rent bikes out of this area too, which we store elsewhere. So we've accommodated some storage in this building too for those rental items that we do to our campground and our day use patrons that come into the parks. So in an effort to replace this building, we also laid the site plan out get it away from the lake. As you know, the existing, one of our standards is keeping our structures at least a 25-foot setback from any wetland and lake shorelines. So we moved it further back behind an existing the existing trail, the paved trail that goes around the lake itself, that 2.4-mile trail. So where it's basically a pole type structure, not pole barn, but a pole type structure, with prepped for future restroom facilities. Our first goal is to get it as a rental facility and a storage facility. We do not have restrooms in this area for employees, so operationally and public. So for employees, that's a little bit of an operational challenge, because when you have one person in a booth down by the lake shore, and the nearest restroom is, 2,000 feet away, get somebody to relieve that person to go up and so they can use the facilities. So we're prepped it for future restroom. We do not have the budget to put that in right now. We do have the capacity. We show it on the plans and stuff. So items to be addressed, the 6 items, the swales along around the building. The building's located in a relatively level area. It was previously the turnaround roof as designed for trailering. So we will be swaling that off. There's plenty of topographical relief so that we can get that away. There were contours shown on the site plan, and we'll definitely do finish grade so that we have the proper drainage around it. We will show the future connection to the existing sanitary force main. As indicated when I looked at the drawing, there's no line between the actual grinder pump to that force main, so we'll definitely pick that up. And we did receive a letter from the fire chief that he has no further comments, questions, or anything in that regards. With all our projects, we submit our soil erosion control permits. We previously submitted this in anticipation for fall construction, simply because we're replacing the structure and we were anticipating doing the work in-house. So we were thinking of all that stuff, but we also needed permits, which prompted the site plan approval. So we kind of delayed that construction. So our soil erosion permit was applied last fall. So we're waiting. We got those in place, and I believe, Ms. Bennett, you have a copy of the soil erosion permit yet? Okay. Jen Myers, my project manager, is out of town right now, so I'll definitely confirm that. We are not anticipating any new tree plantings. I did notice on the plan there was a couple existing trees called out, because we do look at where our existing trees locations are. This is basically a simple landscape plan of site restoration and lawn. So we're not anticipating any, shrubs, trees, or anything like that. We do have, as a park system as a whole, though, we do have a tree program under our forestry unit, and we do regular tree plantings throughout the park system. But we're not anticipating it as part of this site, because there's a lot of existing wooded vegetation around there. And as far as the titles for the cross sections of the pavement, we will duly make that note and make it clear. So we will pick up those items. With that, in noting these items, Oakland County, on behalf of Oakland County, we respectfully request your approval of the site plan, and subsequent to the board, I believe, has to go to the board, and so that we can do spring construction with our in-house construction groups.
Thank you for your presentation. Would you have any questions at this time, Mr. Bowman?
Comment, the action for your consideration would be a recommendation of the site plan onto the township board. Should you concur with the draft resolution that has been prepared for your consideration, the Planning Commission has an obligation to make a finding. The finding in this case is that the applicant has demonstrated adequate compliance with Section 2905 of the Addison Township zoning ordinance, which contains the criteria upon which a site plan is reviewed. It's my opinion that the applicant has met those criteria, and that a recommendation to approve the site plan is in order. The resolution before you states as much, does condition approval, however, on compliance with the 6 enumerated items from the January 2nd letter, to which Mike just addressed. The county would submit something to us demonstrating those 6 have been or will be met, and then the matter is free to go to the township board. But at this time, if you have questions of Mike, I'm sure he would be pleased to address those. I want to thank Jen, Mike's associate, for her responsiveness over this review period and her understanding of the timeline that we labor under as a fellow bureaucracy, but she's been most responsive to us.
Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Anyone from the board have questions of the applicant? Or questions from Mr. Bowman, either one?
Everything looked really detailed.
I commented before, after the last meeting with the county, that they are very efficient and they dot their i's and cross their t's, and it makes our job a whole lot easier.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's any of our concern, but I presume that this thing that's 2,000 feet away and has somebody in the booth, what would you provide, a porta-john for those people at that point?
We do have porta johns. If you've been out on the site, we do have a fenced-in area where it has a handicap or accessible porta john. So we would eliminate that when we get the future restroom on board.
Okay.
This is one employee that couldn't go all that 1,000 feet.
Yeah, it becomes problematic.
Yep. So,
I noticed in discussing this, you said relieve and eliminate.
Relieve and eliminate. Yeah. Eliminate operational goods and relieve.
So it sounds like our planner has told us, in his opinion, that we would recommend approval to this to the township board if all of the 6 items that were mentioned are addressed at the time the application is approved. Hearing that, if we have no more discussion, I would entertain a motion from a board member to comply with the recommendation from our planner here.
I'll entertain a motion to approve, or to recommend, I'm sorry.
Seconded.
They have a motion and a second that we recommend approval as long as the 6 items are taken care of and everything on the motion here is addressed.
This is a motion to adopt the resolution. The recording secretary has a copy to record the yeas and the nays. Once the roll call vote is taken.
Let me get back to the names here. All right. Chairman,
We've seen the correspondence and she will make the roll call. Yes means that we recommend approval to the township board.
Chair Lawrence Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Gene Lord,
Yes.
Secretary Benz, yes, Gene Malant.
Yes.
We have unanimous approval of the board members that are here. Thank you very much.
We look forward to seeing you out in the park.
We'll be there.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. That concludes item number 2. Number 3 is approval of the 2018-19 meeting date and time. Obviously, this last year was a change for us. We tried the 6 o'clock thing, and we made a couple changes because of holidays, I believe, didn't we? Are there any changes? If we did the same as last year, would we need to change any dates because of holidays or something?
Doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't look like you're following any
I
holidays.
see my birthday's not on there, so we'll forget that too.
That's right, that's gonna be a holiday.
The chair would recommend, I like the 6 o'clock thing. I wasn't sure I would to start with, but change is hard to come by, but I kind of like the change. I don't know about the rest of the board members. You are the people that make the decisions and vote on it. So myself, I would go for the same thing next year. So it's up to you folks to talk about it, make a motion.
You're talking about 6 p.m.?
Yes, and the date, so the date should be the same. The 6 p.m., I presume, is the only thing that needs to be recommended or discussed or liked or disliked.
It took me a while, but I think I finally got it.
Got it?
I like it.
He likes it. Gene?
I don't like it, but I'm here.
You don't like it, but you like it. That's kind of like the music at church last week. I liked, the music was good, but I just didn't like it. So we all have that prerogative. All right, that being said, let's have a motion one way or the other.
I move we take the times as printed here at 6 o'clock.
And the same dates as last year?
Same dates.
So the same recommended dates, second Tuesday of
Recommended
the month,
dates
et
that
cetera,
are
et
down there,
cetera.
yep. Second Tuesday.
Okay, good enough? All right, we have a motion, have a second, please?
Second.
You should second it, you don't like it. Okay, a motion and a second that we're gonna say Hearing any discussion? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We will try and do it again next year. Public forum, anybody in the audience that would care to speak to go to the order, it's welcome. Hearing none, we will move on to commission reports. This commission is me, the chairman. I think everything is in order. I have nothing out of the ordinary to report. And being a member of the zoning board, we had a little shuffle in leadership, etc. Our chairman Hatfield is moving out of the township, and he had 1 month left on his term, so he bowed out the last month, and his term expired at the end of December. So we have two changes. We're going to take on a new member, and one of the members that was a member of this board is going to the ZBA, I believe, and so we are going to accept Eugene Malaya as part of our crowd. Welcome.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the end of my report. The next thing on the agenda is up to the board.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
And motion second, we adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you for attending. Next meeting regular is February 13th.